Hi guys, we are HTrack. We came up with a couple of issues related to HR, and we innovated an app called Arm In. The problems in hand is applying for leave, which the existing systems are outdated. There is no transparency, and approval takes longer. So, as well as if you want to register your attendance, still the old registers exist, as well as certain small enterprises do not register. Register attendance, as well as large enterprises. They use cards, which can be employees can cheat, as well as the small breaks, as in lunch breaks, cigarette breaks, are not registered on these particular cards. As well as the solution that we came out is very simple. We have a workflow engine, which the employees could apply leave through a mobile phone, sitting wherever. I did that in my presentation previously. As well as you could mark your attendance. Any employee could mark their attendance either through BLE or Wi-Fi. The leave management system, the workflow is very simple. The employee applies for leave, which gets tracked into our backend, and it pushes out a push note through to the supervisor. The supervisor and the higher management gets the push note. If it's approved or even if it's rejected, if comes back to our platform, and it gives another push note to the employee who has applied for leave. So other features which we have in the app is we can have company news, view available leave, as well as we are hoping to integrate with Jira or any project-based systems, since before approving leaves, management or the supervisors need to go through and see whether the projects are ongoing projects, and etc., and so on and so forth, which the project manager or the supervisors can view the projects which are going on, and whether the employee is involved in that before applying before approving leave. As well as our system can generate reports to a third party if they are doing the payroll. So it would assist them with the attendance, so they could do the payroll easily. And the attendance is just very simple. If you have the app in your phone, and you just need, we will be registering the attendance either through Wi-Fi or either through the Bluetooth iBeacon. Sorry. So this is the analytics that we have done. And you could even, high management supervisors could just have the heat map to see where the employees. This is a quite important fact, even though it looks a small map. For an example, say you could track down the frequency of where employees are. Example, if they are going into a coffee machine and taking coffee every time, and suddenly the management decides, we'll take the coffee machine off. So things can happen, and it could affect employee retention as well. So it's one of the examples that we are giving. Adaptability. Any office environment, school, education can use this smart system easily. It doesn't need an IT big shot or IT tech to come in and integrate this program. Anybody can use it. It's simple. As well as what we are thinking of is for smaller companies or new startup companies, we thought of giving this version free for up to 25 employees. So maybe after 25 employees, we'll start charging them, or maybe put them on a basic package. As well as for the large enterprises, we would be introducing this product to a particular department, so they could try it out for 6 months, and then they could, if they're happy with the product, they could join us as well. They could go on board with us as well. So the marketing, there are more than 100,000 companies which have HRM tools, which has been introduced in the market, and 50% has mobile apps. But what we do different to, or the first time that we have introduced to the world, is attending, present your attendance through an iBeacon Wi-Fi. This has not been done in the world so far now. So this is the first time we have introduced this. As well as what we are different is that when you go to apply for leave, you have only 2 steps. Simple as that. You don't, the hassle is minimum. As well as the go-to-market strategy is for us to have HRM partnerships and offering incentives, hosting events with partners, as well as the business associations. So this is the pricing strategy.
So hang on. Just give us 15 seconds on the pricing strategy. That was a bit secret. Let me just go around.
You want it here?
Okay.
Sorry, Reza, what was the Wi-Fi first?
That's for the attendance.
Oh.
BLE and Wi-Fi.
Sorry?
BLE and Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Mobile demo need to be shown.
Okay, as well as we just like to show the mobile app, the demo app to you guys, which would give you all a good idea of what we do. So basically what happens is, this would be the mobile app, and you would have the profile of the user. This is the button which you can request leave. So you go in there, type in that, which is already typed. Could you please submit? Okay, awesome. So what happens is, when you submit it, have you submitted?
It's crashed.
Sorry?
I've checked it, it's just...
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Oh.
Leave
Go back.
added successfully.
Yeah. You see the message coming in that Sanduni has applied for a leave. So you get the message saying that Sanduni has applied for leave. Then what you could do is, since he is the admin, either you could approve the leave which she has already applied for, just to click away, or just decline the request. As well as we have so go back to the main home. As well as we have the leave history of how many leaves have been taken. You could how many half days, how many casual, etc., etc.
Is this so? This app here?
Yeah.
Is this the same app that you're that's tracking attendance?
Yes.
How's that working?
Okay.
Just by
We
tracking
can, yeah, we can do that. Okay, what we are going to do is, actually the BLE tag, you have to go out and come in to track it. So we are just going to remove the battery of the BLE and put it back again, so it will just detect it. It's fine with you all.
So it's
It will take about 30 to 60 seconds roughly to detect.
Right. Yeah.
Can you give that to them to show that? Okay.
The batteries don't explode, right?
Let's hope now.
Okay.
बैटरी कहाँ रहता है तो डालते हैं
It's okay.
All right. Yeah. That's
fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, sorry about the battery.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Cool.
Question? Yes?
Question?
I have one question. So you said that you can track all the movements of the employees. Don't you think it's a bit of an invasion of privacy? And isn't that illegal? Is it legally feasible to do that?
I think it's legal if you convey in that we are legal.
Yeah, if you do get their concern and tell them, but our approach would be, Because the thing is, it's simple. We are not tracking them down out of office. It's within the office, just to see.
How do you get tracked, by the way?
We can keep BLE tags and we can track means go in and out and
No. Within the office premises, how do you track?
we can keep BLE tags. So let's say we have
input into the chill out room one tag and lunch room one tag, and other one is separate rooms, and
based on this
we can change this radius of the each BLE tags. We can get through this.
and as we showed the heat maps also, if you can keep track of the places they stay and stuff, when we are taking decisions like installing AC machines stuff, we can do based on that.
And perhaps maybe when we have a chill out room and we can see whether it has been used or not, on making decisions of why people are not going into the chill out room and is there anything they need. Because why I'm saying all this is because the HR background, we look for people to retain. We want to retain them if they are good people. So we need to have, a lot of people have a lot of research done on marketing, sales. But one thing what they don't do is do a bit of research on HR. Ask what's the employee behavior is. So it's a small component of that. Is this?
See, I think the issue I see is, for example, all employees with this, is there a backup plan? Because all employees are supposed to have smartphones, according to this.
Yeah.
That's the first issue. And the second issue is, all employees are supposed to keep their Bluetooth on.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think you can force them, any employee, to use their personal phone and keep the Bluetooth on.
Okay, I'll answer the first one, which is any tech cannot at once replace everything in a company.
Yeah, that's why I asked about the backup plan.
So backup plan is we could manually go and enter. We could have a book, maybe manually enter it on the back end, because we can't force people to buy Android phones or not. We aren't going to buy it for them. The company is not going to do that. So we can't entirely shift everybody into the same path. And the second thing, you all can answer it, to track if the Bluetooth is not on.
Okay, we are not only using BLE tags, we use Wi-Fi and proximity, geo proximity. So when they come into that proximity, we can push a note saying that you have to turn on the Bluetooth. Or again, let's say if they have come to office and they haven't turned on the Bluetooth, let's say till about 9, we can send them a SMS or push notification saying you are not.
Shall we
logged
put
into
the
system.
leave or something?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And like I ask everyone, how many customers do you all need to break even?
Yeah, it's like Brett said, it's only our input in this, and there are no major component for us to go and pay or invest in. It's our working time and how we present it. Simple as that. And we may our beacon also will be paid will be covered through what we charge the customer. It's just 2,500 per beacon.
Okay. One more question. Do you let me? Okay, one more question. So, say there are existing systems which uses my fingerprint or card scanners or whatever, which doesn't need any more new technology or to have a smartphone. So, what makes anyone want to use your system instead of what they already have and what's in the market? And how are you gonna face the competition that you're?
Okay, it's end of the day, it's convenience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, when you walk in, say if you want to apply for leave, for example, or you're talking about the attendance, right? Attendance, it's nothing. You just walk into office, your attendance is marked.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient.
But isn't it a balance of convenience
and the cost as well as the cost?
Yeah.
And cost is not so high. Our cost, if you look at it, and if you compare with a fingerprint machine or a card machine, installing, you need electricity, you need a backup, batteries, so on and so forth. So there is a cost involved, even though they don't put it up front.
What devices? Mobile phones?
So you're not going to buy mobile phones. It's your own mobile phone you're using.
If it is the statistics, there are more mobile phones than the population of Sri Lanka at the moment.
So,
But that's not smartphones.
Yeah, but
All right, I think
Yeah.
you go with that one.
I think you're missing a huge opportunity. No one in the world, as far as I know, is doing this at the moment. But
Yeah.
couldn't you just tag people, new employees, just tag them, put a chip in their neck or something?
No. That's where your concept is. No. Okay. The thing is,
I am, of course, joking.
Yeah. No, I thought it's mapping. Mapping. I think you all got the wrong idea. We don't.
Half true. Because people wear smart devices now,
Yeah.
not just
Actually, we have another step which is like giving.
yourself.
Yeah, yourself.
And I am kind of joking, but since 1999, my last company, we just use key fobs. That's all we use, key fobs. So when you come into a building, it's just the key fob. You just put it on your key ring. Everyone has a key ring. The key fob opens the door, but it logs which part of the building you're in. We used to do it for a number of reasons. First of all was security. You know who came in first, you know who went last. So did they use the lockup procedure or not? Secondly, are they trying to get into secure or insecure areas? So you could block people out. So IT staff could go into the server room, but no one else could. The other thing is if you were going into specific meeting rooms and using them when they were booked, it worked really well. So I think it was Melika that mentioned this. Yeah, you don't have to use the latest and greatest. Sometimes the simplest technology can yield the best results. So just have a think about that. And, you know,
Does it
fobs
ju-
are very
okay.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
Very inexpensive, and you can get flat fobs. You can get, you know, teardrop shaped fobs. You can get them in all shapes and sizes. And it's the security aspect of, so we even had it in our, we used to call them internet cafes, right? So whenever someone went into a cafe to do personal surfing, you would log when they went in and when they went out. That was it. But again, it gets too big brother. And the heat sink, for me, that's too big brother. And rather than helping employees, I think that would deter employees and that would scare them. So that's just my feedback because I've done this several times.
Yeah. Thanks.
And finally, this question is to somebody. How far are we from completing the product end to end?
Something.
60%.
Okay.
With how many members? 5 members in 36 hours. You've managed to do 60. That's pretty good.
So that means
And you've got an app.
Yeah.
Did you use React for the app? No? Okay.
And another step is, Hanish, we are thinking about extending it if the employee likes. If this gets big, perhaps you can have one iBeacon at home and have a wristwatch on your daughter or son's wrist. So if they are after school, if they come back, if they are young, you would be comfortable to know that they're home. So you got an alarm.
you are going to continue this?
Yes, of course, because Brad has promised to fund it. I'm just joking.
Technical term.
Guys, do you all have any questions?
No? Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot.
The last one trigger is down.
Oh,
Oh, and by the way,